I really wanted to avoid this. I thought he would have improved since I did my last commentary on him. But believe it or not, this video by Meta is even worse than the last list I commentated on over 6 months ago. However, I will say this. Unless Meta does something even stupider than this will be my last commentary on Meta. I can only do a commentary on a guy so many times before it gets stale. Like always, I'm going to skip to parts I want to commentate on or make jokes about, and if you are interested to check out the points I missed, a link to the original video is in the description. Let's begin.
This factory is practically pitch black, making it hard to see, especially during some of the platforming segments, which makes the overexpensiveness even more irritating.
First off, the footage that plays for this segment shows that you missed that platform due to the camera not showing the platform until it was too late, not because of it being pitch black. And two, if it was meant to showcase that the nearly pitch black areas are an issue, why did you show footage that was decently lit? Hell, you can clearly see the platform in the footage and the pipes around it.
I know that creepy castle is bigger, but there it was easier to tell where you are because of how high you are.
Smoke weed every day.
Altering Cave is one of those levels that I find to be completely pointless. It doesn't have any new Pokemon, it has no items, it doesn't lead you to anywhere, it's nothing more than a cave filled with Zubats. So why is it there? To make use of the e-reader and capture some certain types of Johto Pokemon such as Mary. Now let me ask you this. How many people do you know that use an e-reader? Like 3?
Yes, how dare they try and get people to buy their accessory in order to complete their Pokedex? They're the devil!
Like fire, hellfire, this fire in my skin.
Instead of doing what they could have done, like making more Hoenn Pokemon appear in Fire Red and Leaf Green, they wasted space by creating the Altering Cave as an e-reader advertisement.
Okay, why would they put more Hoenn Pokemon in the Kanto remakes when Ruby and Sapphire, which pretty much had every Hoenn Pokemon, were out on the market at the time? If they did that, there would be no point to buy those games. They made this cave so that it would be easier for players who had an e-reader, and yes, people bought an e-reader in the States, to get Johto Pokemon, which were very hard to find in both this game and the Ruby and Sapphire games.
When I first saw this cave, I never understood the point of it. Nowadays, I still don't know what the point of it is other than being an e-reader advertisement. Oh, and they even brought it back in Emerald. Talk about desperate for money.
Yeah, desperate for money. I'm sure you'd be a great business manager at Maxis.
At least Frantic Factory had a decent atmosphere and an awesome theme. Grundy Industries' atmosphere, on the other hand, is colorless and boring. And yes, I am very well aware that BanjoTooie is darker than the original Banjo-Kazooie. But here's the thing. The dark atmosphere isn't even shown that much in BanjoTooie, and besides, even Majora's Mask managed to have cool looking levels without ruining the dark atmosphere.
Where do I even begin? The villain's plans are to suck the life out of the populace to restore Gruntilda to her lively selves, 2 characters get killed off early on in the game, there's a theme of vengeance throughout the game, etc. The dark theme is there throughout the game, so it's kinda hard to say that it's barely there when there are so many signs of it. Now, I'm going to skip this number 2 segment and get to this segment that made me want to do this commentary in the first place. So, let's go.
So after you defeat Mother Brain in Metroid Zero mission, you have an escape mission where you escape from Turin. Once you make it to your starship, Samus takes off her power suit and then gets attacked by space pirates. She gets shot down, and why do we have to see Samus's butt?
It's called a high-angle shot meta. They wanted to frame this so that the main focus of the cutscene would be on the space pirate mothership and have Samus notice it. The fact of the matter is, high-angle shots are taken from behind the character, which yes, means that we get to see their backs, but the focus was on the space pirate mothership, not dead ass.
Now your next mission is to infiltrate the Chozodia mothership because Samus's power suit has been stolen by the space pirates. We saw her take her power suit off like 30 seconds ago! How could the space pirates have it?
Oh yeah, totally stolen. It's not like it was probably destroyed or anything when her ship exploded. Nope.
First off, the music. It's a remix of the Criteria theme from Super Metroid, except with no sense of mystery or inspiration whatsoever.
Probably because it's meant to symbolize fear and suspense. After all, until you get your power suit back, Samus only has her stun gun against the space pirates. A remix is allowed to get away with changing its themes after all.
It feels repetitive and tedious, and sometimes they're hard to hide from. And why did they make the spaceship look like Samus's butt? What were they smoking?
Probably the leftovers of your weed back in the number 10 segment.
Not to mention that in the second half of it, the scenery starts to get hideous. Even looking at it gives me a headache. and some of the save points are blocked off in the hardest difficulty. Why? That doesn't make it harder, just more tedious.
It's almost like they want to make hard mode difficult or something. Nah, that can't be it. And I'm going to stop the video there. Final thoughts? What's the point?